Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you a brief update. These are several components for the 1950 Ford F47 pickup truck that we are doing a total ground-up restoration on. So we were waiting, in our previous video we were sharing with you where we had the engine almost ready to reassemble. The water pumps, there's two, there's a right and a left. They were on back order and they just arrived. So we've been continuing with the pre-assembly, if you will, of preparing other parts so that we can continue. So once the engine and transmission is assembled, we're going to continue on with the assembly of the front end of the truck. So these are components that we've done all the body work on. We're just going to share with you how nice they look. So this panel here is the upper nose panel that goes above the grill, and then there's another piece, which is this guy, that gets bolted to it, and that's where the hood latch will end up shutting, and then we're going to have the FORD letters along the front nose. So basically we did all the body work on them. They were stripped down to bare metal. All the rust was gone. We sandblasted the back sides. We applied a 2-part black epoxy. We did high build gray primer, and then we sanded all the different grits up to final 400, and then this is what you see, the finished product. Now it's unfortunate it's an overcast day, there's no sun out at all, because it will really show up quite nicely in the sun. This is our premium single stage paint. This is a genuine Ford black paint color. So we've got 4 coats of the premium black Ford paint. So we have the top nose, this top section, which you're not going to see it very much, but it's going to set in here and it gets bolted in. So you can see all the components are done separately. This is just all dust from our hands, but this has all been treated with black underneath, and we have our high gloss black where you see it. And then this section is the piece that goes between the two, below the grill and between the two fender pieces. So it's a lower section of grill, and then you have these two large components which are the lower fender sections, and you can see once again how nice it is. So this paint finish is straight out of the gun. We just brought it over excuse me, just brought it over from the paint booth. So these were painted yesterday. It's just too bad, like I mentioned, there's no sun, because it would really kind of glow quite nicely in the sun. So these are the two lower portions of the fenders, and then we have our front fenders here. So we just brought them out. The guys, it's really noisy in the shop, so we just brought them outside before the rain comes. So same idea with these fenders. We sanded them all final 400 grit, and then after we sanded them final 400, there's a special cleaner that we use to wash them and to treat them, and then they received 4 coats, once again, of the Ford Premium Black paint. So then later what we're going to do is, now that we have these components, and I think the camera person can probably come around and get this fender. I don't think she shot the... So this is our driver front fender, and it's just unfortunate that it's not very sunny, because it's a very tricky fender, because you've got a lot of shapes going on, and there's a sharp curve that comes this way with a slope. We have another one that comes this way, and you can see how nice the paint laid, so how smooth it is. And this is, once again, is our premium single stage paint, and it's the accurate Ford black. So once we have the engine and training, so we're working on that, so we'll share with that with you next, because we got all of the components. The water pumps arrived, so we're just in the process of reassembling the engine. So we'll share in our next video getting ready to put the engine and transmission into the front end. Once we have the drive line set into the engine bay area, that's why I've been working so hard on these other components, because we have the beige grill, we have the radiator rebuilt, the rad surround, and all the inner pieces. So kind of behind the scenes, we've been continually working on this every day to get the components closer for reassembly. So our next video on this 1950 Ford, it'll be the engine and transmission assembly. So I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.